Darker to start up the stream rather than say, let's touch butts.
What, dude, it started.
Ah!
It'll be up in 15 seconds, this Twitch delay. But he'll hear this in 15 seconds.
Or Kemi, good.
Alright, we are live now.
What constitutes as live? Is our existence really us being alive?
This is not the philosophy channel, Darkener. This is a channel to help people improve their gameplay
Hey,
by 3 somewhat decent League of Legends players.
Kappa.
Kappa.
wait, we're decent?
Yeah, we're like in the top 10%, so I'll consider it.
Dude, I Triumphant Rise. Oh my god.
I actually checked my stat. I'm like 6%, but you know you can stay in your top 10%.
I'm top 0.
I'm higher MMR than you, Darkener, so...
I know. I'm just
Jesus
saying.
Christ.
0.8, I believe.
Alright, let's start this.
Have you seen my Ari? Yeah, I am Terra bad.
Kappa. That's 2 bad players in Horse.
Oh no, Horse is really bad too. But
I'll call someone decent once they can win the infamous Plat 1 promos.
I can't. I don't care. In my opinion, everyone's bad. It's just whoever's bad when.
Yeah.
Alright.
Plat 1 promos are fucking brutal. God bless you.
Well,
if you get it, so. I actually won. I've won every time I've done it, but they were my hardest promos.
Okay, guys, and the animal bands come down. There's the Johnny riding a pig and the horseman.
Yeah. They're both reasonable bands.
Yeah, they both create a lot of like team fight and map pressure. So
I'll say one thing. If you think something is perma ban, wait until 3rd ban to do it, because the other team might do it for you. So like Sejuani, if you really want like the extra ban, but that's not a huge deal. Mind games.
the Morgana band's really like good in my opinion, because like Morgana really doesn't have a bad matchup because like she has pick potential, she has like the shield potential, so she like removes CC entirely from the equation, and then she brings a bunch of CC.
I think if you're going strictly on banning OPs, I don't think Morgana's incredibly strong, but like I said, I don't see a lot of things as being too OP, and if something's strong and you don't like it.
Yeah, we're in a pretty good state right now in the game, where everything's pretty decent.
Besides Sejuani.
Yeah.
There are a couple of champions I could scroll down that I think are really broken.
I'm telling you, Bard's broken.
Yeah, brokenly bad.
I don't care how much you guys think he's bad.
Like, if you want to talk about his kit, theoretically it could be broken, but it's bad because he doesn't do the one job he's supposed to do, which is be a support.
Too many of his skills are neutral. Like, they can benefit both teams. Like, the portal's fun, but, like, it's almost as good for the other team, too.
I like the Ziggs the Ziggs first pick. Like, it gives you the potential to basically just farm and wave clear.
And Ziggs really, like, if you pick into, like, Ziggs first into a good Syndra player, or, like, a couple of other champions, Syndra, Talon, and scrolling down, he has some bad matchups.
I've seen too many Ziggs games where they just delay the game by 50 minutes just due to his wave clear.
I don't like first pick Leona at all.
Yeah, it gets countered like really hard.
Just pick Janna. Kappa. Am I a bad player? I hope so.
Even picking Janna, you can just end up with a blitzcrank on the enemy team, and then you have no lane presence, and if you get pulled, you're dead. Like
Makai Leona's pretty good though. The only question I have is Makai. Actually, I think he does okay into Gragas.
I will say though that I like to pick the Volibear and Gragas after the Ziggs, because you can pull Ziggs out of position with your Gragas ult and then have Volley flash flip him over into your team.
Let's see what this is. They're hovering too hard for me. I don't like Evelyn into this. Evelyn into like CC and tanks is not good. If you get hit with like Makai W or Leona stun, you just die. Alright.
Hovering really hard.
Silver Annie's good. Silver pick is like perfect with this team. Annie's tricky into Leona, but it's kind of whose jungler comes more.
The Annie Leona matchup, and like let's just assume it's gonna stay a 2v2. It really comes down to if Annie harasses Leona before level 2. Like if you get off a good W and then like 4 or 5 autos, Leona should be at about half health, so she won't have like killing potential on you.
When
without
spot lane in 2v2 though.
Well, level 2 it is.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't ever give all Leona's matchups, at least in the early game, are centric around level 2. I hope Leona doesn't go heal.
Double heal's not good.
No.
I don't understand why people still do it, but it's not good.
But we'll see once everyone's locked in if they change their summer spells or not.
Yeah.
It's too early to tell.
I think they just like tricking us with doing those like last second swaps. And
exactly.
I like Blue Team's team quite a bit actually.
Oh.
Is this gonna... Okay.
I personally don't like the Braum pick into this, but to each his own.
Braum is okay into Leona if you play Braum really well. We'll see.
It's good if you land your Qs, but prior to that, like she brings more CC than you, and she brings more burst than Braum does in like a 2v2 scenario.
No, it's not tournament draft. So like sometimes in games you'll get organized team fight. There are usually 2 ways team fights play out. There's one where there's a lot of individual champion interactions, and people are fighting and peeling, and a lot of people are doing different things. And then there's number 2, which happens in solo queue a lot, where you just trade backlines. And that's kind of what this game is looking to be. And usually if it's like a backline trade versus a backline trade, like 2 heavy engaged teams, the team that gets the better engages on vision is going to be the team that wins. And I kind of think that's what's going to happen. Annie's jungler really needs to try and gank early. Annie struggles to kill Ziggs on her own unless Ziggs misplays really hard. But if Volibear comes, it's going to be pretty easy to kill Ziggs.
That's assuming that the Ziggs like pulls out of position. Like I've played against Ziggs before, and I don't know what the runes this guy's running, but some Ziggs actually just run pure mana regen, and they literally just sit at their turret. Yep, he's running a fair amount of mana regen. They basically just sit at their turret and just wave clear. And there's no real like kill potential, and it's probably the most obnoxious lane. The only real kill potential Annie's gonna have is when she gets either her full Namacon or a Needless, and she flash Tibbers and then ignites.
So if you're playing Annie, this isn't a good page. You've probably flat or scaling health on your yellows and some magic resisting your blues. You can't play Annie with like no defensive stats besides scaling blues. It makes you almost like too easy to cheese.
Now, I do want to bring up the fact that Braum does have teleport here.
I don't really know what to say about that.
Whether if that's going to be a Gragas support, Braum top, I don't know.
No, I'm going to say Braum support.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, Leona really needs to go hard level 2 and just like use Ignite advantage. If you see someone like bring TP bot, just abuse it. Abuse it on the 80 carry though, because if you cheese Braum really hard at 2 and he TP's back, that might not be as good.
Yeah, if you see Severa using her shield just casually, it's easy for you as Leona just to go in and just abuse her.
Mm-hmm.
And we here at the Dreaming Force podcast / Bronze Battle Bootcamp, we do not condone the beating of women.
Especially little girls.
You know what? Some orphans deserve it.
Yeah, rank tone was well timed.
Speaking of Andy.
Do not hate the ringtone.
Yeah, but for those who do not know, we do have 3 rules here when playing Bronze Bootcamp. 1, no team speak, which I'm hoping you guys are on right now.
Let me check.
2 is, if someone's being really BM toxic, you can always send it to us at feedback@TrendingForcePodcast. And we will review it and whether if they deserve a ban or just a warning or not. And rule 3, just have fun, everyone.
I don't
Rule
know.
4, stop skilling at, like, before you need to, please. Please.
Buy trinkets at level 9 ASAP.
It depends on the item spike. Like, if somebody's got, like, 850 and they B, and they're, like, sitting on decap, I'm not gonna, like, yell at them for not getting a trinket. But it's situational, like, unless it's, like, an immediate power spike.
Yeah.
Unless you're
just a general good
item.
rule of thumb is just to get trinkets in most situations.
Trinkets are good. Thanks for doing it. Oh, like, yeah, for 80 carries, it's not the best. I actually think if you're playing 80 carry and lower elo, warding totem's not the best. I haven't seen anyone use scrying orb well in these games, and the wards are usually short. So you might as well help.
One of us should really... Do you have mod powers, Doctor?
What? Yeah, what?
Okay. No, just beginning of the first game, someone was spamming like some ads.
Oh, yeah, should have done something like that. I forgot I'm actually logged in as T4.
Just
podcast.
making sure we have the power to do that.
Yeah.
If not, you can always add me or Darkener as mods later on.
I'm not gonna add any mods. I don't want to abuse my privilege.
Dang it, Crazy! You ruined it.
Our plan.
You should have smoothed it on in there easier.
But yeah, I think Gragas should have the advantage up top lane here. Just the damage versus Maokai. It's just... there's just a clear difference, really.
He brings the Maokai sustainability but with more damage and less like reliable CC.
Yeah, I haven't really seen a Gragas top in a while. I remember when people were really spamming it, people built Lichbane first on him.
So runes, I don't like AD on Volibear. The MR's okay in the Maokai. Gragas, they look relatively okay. Sivers look okay. Flat MR's good against Leona. I'm glad that she has that. Annie, I don't know how you have 35 AP. It's a really odd rune setup.
Yeah, she doesn't have tier 3 runes completely yet.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm not gonna comment on somebody's runes if they don't have enough IP for runes. Alright, AP and Braum. I really... please.
Does anything even stack with AP on him?
And 27 armor. You want armor on Braum, not AP.
Yeah.
Black guy is 20, which isn't bad. That's probably Doran's Ring and Masteries. None runes. Leona's 8. You shouldn't have 8. 8 leads me to believe it's just Masteries. But 6 is pretty standard. Most mid laners should have about this. The concern for Ziggs is 585. You really want health in MR in an Annie lane, not 32 magic resistant 585 health. Good level 1 wards though.
All items seem to be pretty standard for everyone, so nothing too wonky here.
Yeah, starts are pretty clean. I haven't seen any camp starts by top laner. If you play Maokai, you should really look at camp start, because you can stack sapling.
Yep. And the reason why you do start a camp is it gets you level 2 first. You can get items. I mean, some pots and some mana pots. Not only that, you will get level 6 faster than just doing the creeps level 1.
If you do camp start, you need to play smart though, because if you get ganked by jungler at level 3, you don't have TP to come back to lane.
Yep.
So you always have to respect that.
And keep in mind as well that if you are doing a camp, and if the other top laner isn't, the wave will be pushing to you, which will give you more of an advantage to freeze it under your turret.
This is good. They're likely going to deny level 2 from Leona here. Yeah. This is really bad. You don't want to knock yourself out of level 2 even longer. If you have to ward and you lose early EXP, it's not like you're going to get ganked when you're at tower.
Leona warded too early though. There's no reason to expect a tower dive at level 2.
Yeah, a blue side start Volibear.
Yeah, by Volibear.
She knows they started blue side too from where they came in and how soon they came in. It's good to put that in chat too. A lot of people don't pay attention to that, especially until you get to higher elo. And if you just say Volibear start blue, it kind of gives your top laner a general idea of when to chill.
Especially because Volibear's clear isn't crazy, so he'd be finishing up that camp and heading toward top at around the 340 mark.
Yeah, you just type Volibear blue 740. 730. Timing's good. I really like TIP's jungle. He was #1 in Korean solo queue, ahead of Faker, Rush, and he times even harder than I time when I'm playing serious. And timing's not it's not something weird you do. It's something good players do, and it's something that you have to do if you want to be a high level jungle and support especially. But in every lane, if you're in lanes and you see somebody trinket ward, time it for your jungle. Time everything.
That's why being a support and then transitioning into jungle is so easy.
Trinket wards are up for 60 seconds. They have a 3-minute cooldown. I mean, if you put the chat in time, you know when they have it again, and you know when it runs out. You just gave your team 2 pieces of knowledge.
Yeah, Gragas, you should flash and then use your E. That kind of just secured your death.
Yeah. You want to flash the damage too, if at all possible.
If you're gonna push out that hard, you wanted to have vision on at the very least your trinket ward.
I actually like that piece of harass. It didn't work, but he clipped his spells well. He did them in the correct order. There's a theory. I remember learning brand from my brother, and it's there's a certain order you use the spells, so all the damage comes out faster. It clips together, and it makes it harder to react. And learning that combo on certain mid lane champions is pretty important, so they have less time to flash it. Or, play reactively to it. You don't want to ever put yourself in a situation to trade if your AD carries tower CS lane. Unless you can body them on Zyra or something.
Mm-hmm. So as I said multiple times, I'm not really familiar with the junglers. Is Skirmisher Saber the way you want to go on Volibear, or is there a more effective way?
Skirmishers are chilling. They're both good. He doesn't need the help with clear after the W buff.
Okay.
I personally like Trailblazer, but that's just preference. I like Trailblazer just because in case my lane speed and I'm in a situation where I can't really gank without putting myself at high risk. I kind of like the idea that I can clear out everything and then wander.
If you can't gank, you shouldn't. I mean, honestly, Volibear's early game pressure, and if you can't gank, you shouldn't be clearing. I mean, you should be clearing more than you would relative, but you should be warding out their jungle and looking for counter ganks at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Jungle isn't a gank of it isn't a game of farm or gank. It's a game of farm, ward, or gank.
Unless you're Udyr, then you do all of them.
Different spot line. Whoa, the body block.
The Braum TP.
Yeah, the Braum TP.
That's interesting. Yeah, Trista's kind of getting bodied bot. Leona really struggles on her tower if she doesn't have a safe engage, which she doesn't against Braum. So, Sivir's win condition is just to push this lane, which Sivir can, pretty easily do.
That's what Sivers want to do.
Sometimes it's not good for Sivir to do it in lane, but this lane's really good. If Leona plays into, Thresh or Braum or Janna or something, putting Leona on tower makes Leona, telegraph engage really hard, and then, it's an awful 2v2 for her to fight because she's fighting on creeps.
Right now, the engage going on top lane, you're both low on mana and you're pushed toward the blue side, so you should seriously just expect to gank from Vi at all times at this point.
Yeah, Gragas should recall. Vi should be killing top and not Scuttle.
And now Gragas dies again.
I would like to see Vi just
Like, the biggest problem is Gragas is playing as if there's no jungler.
see, don't stack CC before body slam. It was an easy kill. Vi goes in for the Q. Whoa. You guys both need to fight her, and then Maokai needs to hold W because he sees that Gragas hasn't body slammed yet, and W after body slam. Don't use both your CC before body slam. It's just like when junglers used to run exhaust, you don't ever exhaust before they flash. You fight them and you bait flash and then you exhaust and kill. You always if you have something you can hold after they use a gap closer, it's good to hold it. Just as Torbo under tower.
I will say on Ziggs, you want to maximize the range on your bombs. There's really no reason why you should be going up as close as you are to the minions.
Mm-hmm. 6 is good wards. I like it. Respect that it's full of bear though, and even if you have wards in certain spots, you can still get killed. So I would just hold Satchel. It's like Zed, against certain junglers you need to hold Shadow. It's good. Volibear just needs to go in and clear this.
Kenny really shouldn't have been face tanking those minions. Like, you're not. Yes, you can freeze the wave, but you have a fireball that resets on. That's cooldown's cut in half when you kill a minion with it. So your farming under tower is actually like really easy.
It's a good TP. Maokai needs to follow with TP there. Like if somebody's under tower.
Especially because he's ahead.
And he has this. He has this to TP to this ward push. It's not good.
Like right now...
I don't agree with Volibear finishing Cinderhawk that early. I think he should have gotten Mobies.
Yeah, like... Especially Volley, he gains a lot from movement speed. Especially flat. This collapse here would be really great if...
No, they can't.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that was really good. Oh, the Volibear damage though. He's a monster. Yeah, if I didn't have flash there. It wasn't too bad though. Because the mid lane is being denied this farm, and Volibear doesn't do a lot with farm. He also loses pressure because he has to stay to farm that wave, and then he has to show where he's leaving. Like what side of the jungle.
I will say that like Mr. Oblivious and like Leona for the most part, the only time you really want to upgrade your relic shield into Targon's is when you're facing a heavy poke lane. And to be fair, like neither of you are really taking that much poke. Leona, you keep taking chunks of your health down, mostly because you screw up and you get out of position and you let yourself get traded on. But like honestly, you guys should have rushed your sight stones way faster than you did.
I don't like Roa on Maokai anymore. I think after the glory buff, there's no reason to ever build Roa.
You want that solid engage, huh?
It's got like 650 HP, it's so strong. You can sit on Catalyst too and build whatever you want, and then just get the glory later, too.
I personally like Roa on Maokai just because like his base damage is amazing, so he wants that extra AP for the wave clear. But yeah.
The river control by blue is really good too, though. I like it. Both games that I really want to see this, because this is something that happens in like every. I'm trying to look at things that happen in my games and never happen in these games, and like Wraith Ward, like I'm not seeing any games by any team. If you're winning but this hard, even if you're playing Sivir and you want to push, and your win condition is to push, knowing when to freeze like 1 or 2 waves isn't bad either. So they keep using their... Okay, I should queue up. Just be
Ezreal's-
careful using your CC before body slam.
Ezreal's not that bad under turret in terms of like CSing.
He is, but he doesn't have any pressure. Like, he can't do anything back if he has to farm under turret.
Yeah, I agree, but like in terms of CSing under turret, he's not that bad. Tristan is definitely the worst.
His wave clear is slow, too.
If you don't know how to do it properly. Like, this is what I mean, like Leona lets herself get traded on really hard, and she's buying a lot of potions. I'm kind of confused why she doesn't have biscuits, but...
Alright, bro.
I'm confused why Braum's mid lane now. I guess they took bot lane, and now they're looking to do something mid, but against Ziggs' wave clear, you're not going to do much. But he is low on a mana, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, blue team needs to make a play on this next drag.
I really like how this game's actually like relatively close.
Yeah, it is.
And if you notice, a lot of it, like, there's not that much vision, like, wars going on. I will say Ziggs had great vision control mid earlier in the game. But other than that, there hasn't been, like, a crazy amount of vision control on either team.
Red team's gonna...
Yeah, they're taking mid.
Pretty hard, though. When you play as somebody like Ziggs, or Nivea, or Cassidon, or even Orianna to some extent, respect like your strength when they don't have blue, because like mid to early game it isn't that high. Ziggs in like a 90-second 5v5 is not amazing without blue. He often can't use his passive either because he has to walk up to 4 people.
It should collapse on the Tristana from like various like angles, and now Leona, what? Okay, Leona doesn't die. Even
Oh,
Leona, there was no damage to back that up. There's no reason why you should have like tried to do anything there.
Well, Ziggs needs to really back because he's oomed right now.
He's been playing on no mana for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Honestly, the best thing Ziggs could do right now is just ult that wave and then just go back.
Yo, Gragas. Chill. This is just really greedy on both sides.
A one ricochet right there could have killed Ziggs.
And you want the Roa build? I don't like Roa build on anything. It's not bad, because their team is kind of bruisery.
Yeah, I don't know what else you would build first item on Annie versus Aroa.
See what's he playing? Ziggs? CDR item?
Yeah.
Or Luden's
Like
Echo.
maybe Abyssal Scepter, right? Maybe.
Abyssal, Echo, Athene's Morello's, they're all good.
I will say Ziggs played it out right. Like, I don't know whether he did it on purpose or not, but going Athene's against an Annie really shuts down her, I'm gonna obliterate you in combo.
This is good though, they're finally wording this. And they're wording this. This is the word control you want for Dragon. You want Wraiths, and you want this bush. And like I said, you want to ward up an objective before you take it. Look at all these wards for red team before Dragon. This is really nice.
I don't understand, like, why Gragas kind of went in there by himself, but now blue side's gonna get punished for getting cockier. They should be.
Yeah.
It was a 2v4, there was no reason
it's
why.
vision. Look at red team's vision. I'll show it on the map. Then look at blue team's vision. Once again, red, blue. Like, how is blue gonna win this fight? They aren't.
They got cocky. They should have just gotten what they could and gotten out.
Yeah, you can cycle F1, F2, F3 in Spectator, by the way. That's what I was doing for stream. And see each team's vision. And blue just, like, had nothing. Yeah, when you change it to blue, the screen goes black.
Yeah, it's still black, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Alright. I thought you meant it actually went black, like they had no vision, because they don't. But, maybe F key is like bound to something on OBS as well. My bad.
Alright.
Annie really needs boots. Like champions like Annie that your combo is relying on you landing that Tivers, you really need to be able to close that distance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right now, this blue and red are right now in this really awkward point in the game where they can't contest. Dragon's not up. None of the major buffs are up right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, the real question is, what do they do in this moment of awkwardness?
Reestablish vision in this jungle and farm and attempt to set up for third dragon. Or get blue onto Ziggs and Siege.
Oh, Ziggs barely lived.
Yep. I'm pretty sure it was a Maokai ult that like came in like right at the last second, but
whoa, Annie.
Yeah, people need to stop like trying to. People are getting greedy and they're trying to make plays, but they're not working out.
If red team wants to win this too, denying blue from Ziggs is gonna make your life a lot easier.
Well, yeah, because he's just gonna stall the game out for 20 minutes, just clearing and clearing.
Yeah, when you play Ziggs, Lux, and Anivia, and you're having trouble like sieging, you really need to control their blue side.
Like red side's really like taking control of this game, and the one pattern you'll notice that of teams that win is they gain control of the enemy's jungle with warding.
Yes.
Like Sivir can easily push right now, simply because of the fact that they know whether someone's going to be coming up or down that blue side jungle. So there is no surprise whether like if someone shows up.
Whoa, flipping Maokai into your team. Not good.
Yeah.
The disengage is pretty good though. So many flashes.
Yeah, the problem there was that like Volley and Sivir were body blocking each other.
Annie and Gragas also were too greedy and going for the flank. They went like way around. Blue team really needs to get some vision back though. I'm gonna change my bind and OBS really quick so I can make a point. Hotkeys.
And they're being converged on, and they're gonna get blown up.
I don't even have a hotkey for it.
Yeah, this fight's just utter chaos right now.
Yeah, they all split up. That was the biggest issue.
It should be a free mid tower for blue team.
So Gragas is playing double AP, and Annie is as well. One of them should really be getting Abyssal. Abyssal's kind of made a comeback because there's so much more double AP than there was a couple of months ago. But double AP means AP mid, AP top, essentially. Unless it like fiddlesticks, and then it can be like triple or whatever. But double AP Abyssal is very good.
Alright, there's one more minute till Dragon. Both teams right now really need to start getting vision around the Dragon pit to start contesting. Because both teams can contest it.
Red's got good deep. They don't need a ton around the pit with how much deep vision they have.
With the like CS advantage, the CS gap that you would expect to see isn't really there.
Yeah.
Other than on like the AD carries.
All red team really needs for vision is just a pink ward on Dragon just to make sure there's no vision there. And blue team just needs vision everywhere in general.
Like red team could like easily win this game in terms of like team fighting, because one good Annie ult combined with like a Sivir engage Like, could easily like turn the tides of the fight, and in case like Vi goes in with an ult, Sivir can just run as far as she can with that Vi on her, and just they can just 1v5 her at that point.
So anytime you get something on the map, oftentimes you're denying it from somebody else. Like if you get a kill in like a 1v1, you're denying a kill from them. So it's like a 800 gold swing essentially. And that dragon was a big example of that, because not only are you getting third, you're denying first. And 3-0 as far as drags goes, like such an advantage as opposed to 2-0 or 2-1.
Yep.
1 second, let me mute.
Yeah, one thing I do want to bring up is that Leona still has a warding totem, even though she has a sight stone. Good general rule of thumb is once you get your sight stone, you want to replace your warding totem with the sweeper. Because you don't really need that warding totem anymore. You have enough vision through your sight stone. Especially at level 9, make sure you upgrade the sweeper as well.
And he's got 2 points in E, I don't really know why.
Nice Krog assault.
He did a good job Sheen proccing though. Trinity items are tricky, and it's one of the reasons I don't play Trinity AD carries, because fitting in Sheen procs is a really hard habit to get into. But he did a good job there. Full Bear's so tanky at those items.
Like, we only really need to stop putting yourself in really bad positions.
Red team just starved out like the entire red jungle from blue team for so long that it almost became impossible for them to ever contest a dragon or come back. They warded out one jungle and they played it. Oh, Cyril. Alright, try and think of reactive CC and things that could happen. So, like, if you're playing Vi, don't ult like Sivir or Nocturne unless you know that spell shield's down. And know that the cooldown of those skills is roughly like 10 to 15 seconds.
Always assume the latter. You don't want to be caught by surprise, so always expect it.
Yeah, Leona does need red trinket. She needs locket as well. Or at least Aegis. That's a good 6 ult.
Oh.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, Maokai should just lock down the Annie. There's no need to get greedy.
Whoa, there. This is action-packed.
Yeah, it's back and forth, people catching each other off.
Yeah, I can't tell which one to watch. Which fight.
Give me a second again.
Sivir is good to get the last whisper though. There's a lot of tanks. BT's kind of greedy unless you're her farm and kills are good enough that she actually could have gone BT if she wanted. But last whisper's probably better. BT is not something you ever want to get if you're not doing well. If you're not at 3 items before like 30 minutes, you should almost always get last whisper over BT. But
yeah, BT is a good 4th item.
It's a defensive item and an offensive item together, whereas Last Whisper's only offensive. And sometimes you just need to up your damage output. And it's a lot easier to get that pure offensive 2300 gold item.
Yeah.
BT is also a conditional defensive item, and you need to be like good at life stealing and playing AD carry to use it. Life steal is useless if you get one shot.
Yeah. I would prefer BT if your tanks aren't peeling for you, but in this situation, Gragas and Volibear are doing a really good job protecting her, so Last Whisper is a good choice.
Okay, I got a question for you guys. At this point on Vi, do you honestly think you should still be getting Warriors or Cinderhulk? I personally feel like Cinderhulk's too strong to really not abuse.
Warriors, 100%. You need to be strong early game. Cinderhulk takes time to ramp, and some champions can do it because they have so much innate utility in their kit. Like if you get on Sejuani, it's okay that it's a little weaker early as opposed to like Magus on Sejuani because of all the utility in her kit. But Sivir needs to spell shield that.
Yeah. Zig's ult.
But no, you're too weak early game if you do out and buy. Jungling's kind of like support. A lot of it's just being strong early game. Don't waste ult if you're gonna die. You may need to home guard ult when they take your like tower soon. You're only on 30 seconds.
Yeah, on Leona, honestly, it's not that horrible. Her ultimate like CD isn't crazy. The issue is probably the fact that she has no like CDR to back that up.
Yeah. Red team's going for 4th dragon, which is good.
Well, at this point, Red's not going to be... Well, Blue can't hold objectives, but also Red team's going to have a hard time pushing through their Nexus turrets because of the fact that there's a Zig.
The one thing I'd say if you're going to camp Dragon out this hard, and you guys have done a really good job with ward control, I would like to think that you're listening and warding out jungles, which is good. But
and he's doing no damage.
Sometimes you can have a lot of wards and they can have a lot of wards too, so try and get that second sweepers in there. You want vision control, not just vision.
Well, Annie was focusing down the Maokai, which she kind of had to, but he has MR and Hell, not to mention the ability to heal up, while the Ziggs kind of just sat back and
They need to be recalling. It's 3v5 and they just took 4th. They have good vision control on Baron too. They could just play that when people spawn. But blue team needs to engage. Like, they just killed 2 people. They know this is 3v5 with Leona ult. Yeah. If Leona ult's like here. That's good. Tristana needs to hit the tank. She's not doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tristana hasn't auto-attacked for like 20 seconds. When you play AD carry, your job is to do like as much damage as you can. It's not to like try and execute Silver.
Hey, you're not a Twitch or a Kog'Maw.
Kog'Maw needs to hit whatever he can too.
Yeah. He just has more opportunities to hit the back line versus a Trist.
Yeah. And Tristan is way too behind to go Vamp Scepter. She needs to be getting Last Whisper. Like,
yeah.
You can't kill this full bear till you get Last Whisper.
Yeah.
Like Tristan needs to stop going like so hard after her explosive shot. Like, just get what you like. Deal the DPS you can, and
I hate the Tristan E animation. Red team needs to keep the vision up and keep doing what's working. Don't tilt and start like randomly pushing in and dying over and over again. Kinda, sometimes you mess up and you just need to regroup.
I like to think about it as the idea that turrets don't respawn, inhibitors do though.
Yeah. Lichman on 6, alright, is generally pretty bad. Maybe like 5th or 6th item, but I almost think like Echo's better now.
Echoes or Death Cap would be better.
Because Echoes always works, because there's more AP than Lichbane, so assuming you only get spells off, Echo's better, and Echo also procs if you enter a fight with an ult, because it makes your ult better. Lichbane's only conditionally better after like 2 or 3 autos, which isn't safe, you may not get that in a fight.
That, and also the movement speed. You always want movement speed on people that
They
really...
both have movement speed.
Yeah, but 7% greater than 5.
Yeah, I guess.
Numbers, horse. Numbers. I was gonna say something earlier, and it was that that was actually a really good Braum teleport in that bot lane fight, but I kind of felt dirty saying it.
We do not condone. We do not condone
When
using
you're this
teleport.
behind too, it's like, alright, I really like Athene's Hourglass first 2 items on most people. Like, it's not bad. I'm never gonna tell you not to build it. We'll wait until this fight's over. Good Hourglass.
I will say I do like Lichbane on Ziggs if your mid is roaming a lot and you can't follow up with it.
Echo pushes harder.
Yeah, but I want it for the the ability to take turrets, not really the
Yeah.
pushing power. Because Ziggs already has enough pushing power. He doesn't have that much like turret taking though. Well, I thought it
Ziggs
was,
actually has a pretty good counter roam. I think if the other mid roams, you should just roam as mid. Because they have to commit to roam and then use ult and clean up. I like Ziggs' counter roam a lot. I've gotten screwed over by it.
Lolly
Oh.
is doing a good job, like staying on the mount. Yeah, oh, there you go.
I think Siversha got QSS instead of building into BT just for Leona and Maokai and such. And most of the damage is magic, especially considering that the Trist isn't getting in to hit her. Poor Vi, man.
Yeah, poor Vi. Now she's gonna blow up.
But no, if you're this behind on Ziggs or something like that, dropping 3k into Lich Bane's not worth it. You're not going to be able to buy it until the game ends. And they have so much magic resist and Abyssal and Visage and stuff that you really want that Void Staff. It's cheap damage. And when you're behind, you need cheap damage. Those 3,000 gold items are hard to get. Red team needs to work on the vision. They haven't been doing it. They've just been like pushing up mid and fighting over and over again.
Yeah, they can't close this out because they keep going in like.
Blue team needs to be warding this up though. They need to be aware that next dragon is 5th and like that's game.
Their best hope really is to trade either 5th dragon for Baron or vice versa, because or that red team keeps like going in one at a time like wood into a wood chipper.
They just need to try to find picks with Vi and Tristana here.
Which red is giving it to them? I don't understand why they don't just kind of decide to move in as a group and stop like splitting up as soon as ults start coming in. It's kind of like using a magnifying glass on an anthill. That's what red team keeps doing whenever the Leona ult comes down.
If I was blue, I would play mid, so I could clear the super wave and I could rotate to whatever red decides to take. Because red has decision on like what objective they want to take.
This blue team has a lot of wards at Baron Pit, so I will give them credit for that.
Yeah, and look for a good Ziggs ult to counter engage, and then just to clean up after tanks and Vi go on.
Like right now, the name of the game shouldn't be that Leona and Vi and etc. are like should be going in on their carries. It's protect the Ziggs, because Ziggs at this point is gonna be doing the most CPS, like next to Tristana, and Tristana should be right next to Ziggs in terms of like.
The biggest issue I have here too is Ziggs needs this blue at some point. Especially they have 5th dragon. Ziggs having blue is such a big deal if you ever want to like wave clear this.
You just want to hold out forever.
Ziggs is the most exciting champion to watch when he gets blue buff.
Him and Zera.
Him, Zareth, and Lux, you're just like, okay, cool.
This is game. If they get 5 dragons, you need to play your tower.
Yeah, they thought this, and they really shouldn't have.
And I appreciate the wartime Baron, but you need to click the champion portraits and be aware when 5th dragon comes up, because they got it absolutely for free.
Yeah, this was definitely one of our closest games of today for sure.
Yeah. Objective control. They warded this jungle so well for so long. And even though the ward slacked and they suicided for a while, they had enough money in the bank as far as dragons are concerned to just pull that 5th dragon trump card. It's like Exodia. They had 4 pieces, and the game started to go bad, and then they drew like Exodia's left leg, and they just won.
I can't believe you just used that reference.
It is. 5th dragon's like Exodia.
Oh no, I agree. I'm just saying, I can't believe you used that reference. And they're gonna seal the deal with a bear.
If you're winning this hard too, remember when you recall, and you want to recall here so that everybody's on the same timer, and you have Baron recall, remember to get elixirs. This is your last push. Elixir's more important than anything else.
Honestly, Ziggs, I don't think you can afford building defense right now. You just need to maximize DPS as much as possible.
Yeah, he needed voice stuff so bad with this Volibear.
Yeah.
4,000 health, 140 magic resist. Gragas 130, 24, and 2,700. Braum building magic resist. And he's got 72 in health. It's rough. Fit Dragon's still up too. Really, as a jungle, it's annoying sometimes, but like you need to try and hand your blue mid and remind them to take it if you can. It's not Ziggs's job to like walk up and take blue by himself. I mean, he can do it, and sometimes you do have to do it, but remember to not let buffs sit, if at all possible. When I commentate jungle games, it's something I try and make a point of, not letting big buffs sit.
Right now, Banner Command would be really nice on the red side, since like Ziggs is their main like wave clear.
Yeah, they should also offer 5 ZZ Rot and 5 Banner. Kappa. I hate both of those items. Unless you're playing like rank 5s and everybody understands what's going on.
I only like Banner on like when your priority wave clear is a Ziggs or a Xerath.
Yeah.
Oh, he's on you.
Oh, this.
Nope, wrecked.
Okay, well that's pretty much.
Yeah, they're just too far ahead to even win a team fight at this point.
Yeah, that's called item advantage, because that was one sloppy fight.
Like Ziggs was doing great there, good ult and everything, but
his damage was too low.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter at that point.
Alright, I'll probably look at the game afterwards.
Alright.
I assume just to see like way more wards on blue. I mean red. Luden's Echo, Gragas, Kappa.
Good game, everyone.
Alright, let's see advanced details. And alright, yeah, it looks the theme of these games today is they're very close until 10 or 11, and then Vi kills Gragas. Volibear kills. I guess that's good for blue. But Silver took a tower. Volibear. Ward race, control the jungle. And look at the wards. Volibear 17, Gragas 10, Silver. Everyone on red team had over 10. Blue team actually didn't do too bad. But Braum did really good on Vision. 3 Vision wards purchased, 4 destroyed, and 27 dropped. This is a good stat line to have. And let's just see player builds. Like I said, I think Void on Ziggs is better, especially in their MR stacking that hard. And other than that, I don't have a lot else. Do you guys have anything?
This game came down to like blue honestly could have like came back really hard. Like red team just started suiciding for about like 10 minutes in order to like take objectives that weren't completely needed to be taken. They could have just kept like starving blue side out. And honestly, blue side should have capitalized it on that a lot more. They should have like as soon as they would have I don't know taken out 3 or 4 of them. They should have pushed a Baron or cleared out the enemy side jungle or started warding up their own jungle. The problem is they never had any actual map control. They played reactively instead of like taking charge of a situation.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if you picked teleport intentionally, Braum, but take either ignite or exhaust.
I've played with them a few times. I think that was an accident.
No, you take exhaust. The only time you take ignite is
if you're a man.
Yeah, if you know you're gonna be destroying that lane on Leona, you know you're gonna all in that Annie in the face.
Gee, I wanna look at jungle build path too. This is good. I actually like the wards by Vi and Volibear. I would try and get boots earlier in Volley, but other than that, Volley rolled mid game pretty hard. Good page. And I take Ignite and Senna. Oh, I had Earth Masteries. Alright, good games.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head out.
Sona doesn't really need Ignite because